my name is Maria Elisa Ayerbe. I am a recording and mixing engineer and also music producer located in Miami, Florida. I am coming to you right now from one of the best Atmos studio in South Florida, Zero Gravity. It's also Dolby certified. And I want to talk to you about Odyssey LCDX, which are the headphones that I have right here. I began working with them about 6 months ago. I had already worked in the past with LCD 4s and 5s, which was a total different experience for me, obviously, and mainly in stereo. But the way I have been related with the LCDX in the past and recently now has been with Atmos mixing, which is where I come from to you right now. So, you know, with Atmos mixing, obviously you have to rely on your speakers to check what's going on. Currently we have in this setup a 7.1.2 system, but in the moment where you have to turn in your mix, it is really important that you rely on a trustworthy set of headphones to check your binaural mixes. And this is where I am personally entrusting my Odysseys for that. So it is really important that when you turn in those mixes, everything translates properly to headphones, because so far the technology has been coming to your listeners in headphones. So it is really important that whatever headphones I chose for this gave me an accurate representation of what was happening in a system at a studio that is calibrated and certified by Dolby for this type of playback, which is 7.1.2 with the whole immersive thing going on with Atmos. And I am relying on the LCDX for that. It is really important that I get a lot of transparency, that there is no frequency alteration, and I have found the LCDX great. When working in stereo, I know they are transparent, they are clean in terms of the representation on the lows, on the highs. They're very pristine on the top end, but also, and more importantly, and this is something that I have been able to work really well with why I have been able to work with the LCDX here in Atmos, is because that dynamic range that the headphones produce, because of the type of driver that they use, it's very accurate to what I'm hearing as far as the speakers and when I use them. And this both happens between Atmos and stereo every time I change from using the Odyssey going back to the speakers. And that is, you know, when you're working with speakers, you're feeling that pumping, that reaction from the driver. And with certain headphones, this perception of how things are pumped out or how things are, the transient response is not very accurate. In some headphones it's altered. So you have two different realities going on. With the LCDX, it's like I go back and forth between them, and I don't see and I don't notice, I don't perceive sonically a difference. And that is very important for me, because when going back to this thing that is happening right now with Atmos, where 99% of the listeners are hearing through headphones, it is important that on the mixing side of things, I can reference using a source that will not change my perception as far as dynamics. Also really important is that perception of space. When working with the Odysseys in stereo, I don't feel that my room changes as far as the mixing because it's so pristine. Obviously, they're open back. So this perception of not being enclosed is really important. But even more for immersive mixing, that perception of space has to be accurate when it translates from Atmos in the room to binaural in the headphones. And again, the LCDX have been my favorite ones. Before working with them, I was working with the LCD 5s, and for some reason, there's just something on that driver on the LCDX that I prefer a lot more for this type of environment.